I wasn't expecting Easter Sunday to hurt this much. Walking into my aunt's house with a box of homemade pastries, I felt hopeful. It had been a long year, quiet, tiring, and filled with the kind of work no one in my family respected. 2 part-time jobs, freelance accounting, late nights, and early mornings. But I still showed up because they were family. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you. I barely made it through the doorway before my aunt, Marlene, gave me that familiar up and down look, the one she'd perfected over the years. "Oh, look who's here," she said loudly, making sure the entire living room heard. "Our family beggar has arrived." Laughter, actual laughter. My cousin, my uncle, even my mother flinched but said nothing. I stood there frozen, fingers tightening around the pastry box. "Hi, Aunt Marlene," I said quietly, trying to keep my voice from shaking. She smirked. "Still job hopping? Still can't afford your own place? You know," she looked around the room, "we really should start a family fund for you." More laughter. I wanted the ground to swallow me. The worst part? They had no idea. No idea that for the past 8 months, I had been secretly funding my cousin Evan's struggling tech repair shop. No idea that the silent investor Evan talked about, the one who paid the rent, covered equipment costs, and took no profit, was standing right in front of them, gripping a pastry box and praying not to cry. Evan wasn't a bad person. He never mocked me. He had dreams, big ones, and no one in the family believed in him. No one except me. I believed so much that when he came to me in desperation, saying the bank rejected him, I emptied most of my savings to help him stay afloat. But I'd promised him anonymity. He didn't want his mother, my aunt, to know he needed help. So I stayed silent. During dinner, Aunt Marlene kept the comments going. "If only you were more like Evan," she said loudly, patting her son's shoulder. "Running a business, being successful." I almost choked on my drink. Successful? He was 2 late rent payments away from shutting down. Before I stepped in, I excused myself and walked out to the porch, needing air, needing space, needing something. The door opened behind me. "Hey," Evan said softly. "Sorry about my mom. She shouldn't talk to you like that." I swallowed. "It's fine." But it wasn't, and Evan knew it too, because what he said next changed everything. Evan stepped onto the porch and leaned against the railing, staring at the quiet street instead of me. "It's not fine," he said finally. "And I'm done letting her treat you that way." I shook my head. "Evan, don't." But he continued anyway. "You've helped me more than anyone in this family ever has. More than my own parents. And she stands in there calling you a beggar?" His jaw tightened. "No, not today." My stomach twisted. "Evan, you promised." "I know," he said. "But you didn't promise. And I'm not letting her humiliate you for things she knows nothing about." Before I could stop him, Evan turned and walked back into the house. My heart pounded as I followed. The room fell silent when Evan cleared his throat. "Mom," he said firmly, "you owe her an apology." Aunt Marlene blinked. "For what? Calling a spade a spade?" Evan's voice hardened. "For calling the person who funded my entire business a beggar." The room froze. She laughed awkwardly. "What are you talking about? You said you had an investor." "Yeah," Evan said. "Her." He pointed straight at me. "The person you insult every chance you get." Gasps. My mother's hand flew to her mouth. My uncle stared like he'd never seen me before. But Aunt Marlene? Her face turned a shade of red I'd never seen. "That's impossible," she snapped. "She doesn't have enough money?" Evan cut in. "Well, she did. Because she believed in me when you didn't." "She's lying," my aunt whispered. Looking around for support she suddenly didn't have. But the room was dead silent. Evan continued, voice steady. "She paid the rent. She bought the equipment. She's the reason I'm still operating. And she never asked for anything, not even credit." I felt every pair of eyes shift toward me. I didn't speak. I didn't need to, because the truth was standing right there, and the shame on my aunt's face was louder than anything I could say. After a long, suffocating pause, Aunt Marlene muttered, "I didn't know." "No," Evan said. "You never asked." She turned to me, but I stepped back. "I didn't help to be thanked," I said softly. "I helped because families should lift each other, not tear each other apart." For once in her life, Aunt Marlene had no comeback. And for the first time in mine, I felt seen.